W.T.F. Nation Radio
is in the house.
At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'll stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream. At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'll stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream.
There are many simple things in the world. Shovels. They are all different. Gardening shovel. Unloading shovel. Children's shovel. But there is also a different shovel. We use it when we come to the position. In short time, it helps us dig a trench which saves us from bullets. If a tank will pass over the trench, there is a high probability that it will not cause any harm to the soldier. We dig in the ground, deeper, and then connect the trenches with our friends to the left. In just a few hours, trenches are all connected. When we do not have an axe, we can use a shovel to cut a loaf of bread. A soldier uses a shovel as a paddle, crossing the wide river under enemy fire. If we run out of ammunition, we will use a shovel again. order to stop. We'll take a shovel again and build around us an impregnable fortress. This fortress is defended by the army of Ukraine, our army.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
On this 24 August? Holy shit. We're almost hitting September. It's the end of the year. It's time for spooky season. That's what I'm talking about. Spooky season has already I mean, if you go to any freaking Home Depot right now, you'll definitely see spooky season accoutrements everywhere. I went to Home Depot yesterday and me and the little guy were walking around getting some stuff. And holy crap, was he pushing every single button? Look, oh, we got to get this. We got to get that. 7-foot statues of skeletons and witches and gargoyles. There's this one because he likes spiders. This big giant spider one that comes out, makes all the noise. Oh, he was loving it. So welcome to the Monday edition. It's coming off the weekend. You know, we don't have a guest tonight, so we're just going to shoot the shit, discuss some things. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Look. Spooky season also means pumpkins. Ooh, that's when all the Han Solo chicks come out, right? I remember seeing a meme. We got some shit for posting that meme one time. All the Han Solo chicks come out. For matter of fact, let's find that meme. That's a. I remember somebody got mad because we posted the Han Solo chicks. Pumpkin spice or like that. Yeah, whatever. Not the actual, hang on. Yeah, Han Solo season. Exactly that. It's where all the let me show you. Let me window cap this right here because everyone got mad because whatever. So not everybody got mad. It was just funny because Han Solo chicks. I even Googleized it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna go to. There we go. Han Solo season is coming. Make sure you get your lightsabers too. So all the Han Solo pumpkin spice white chick season coming. There you go. One leaf falls and it's immediately Han Solo season. Of course, we're talking about the pumpkin spice pumpkins. This is Halloween. I mean, come on. I just noticed that the little bag they give you at the dispensary, it can be used as a Faraday bag. I don't know what you're talking about. So anyways, so pumpkin spice thingies are happening. I like that time of year. This is a fun time of year. Gives me an excuse to bring out the cosplay stuff and And yeah, it's just, and also so we can go trick or treating and all that stuff, or sit in the garage and just throw candy at kids. Just hey, take us candy, whatever. I heard the flock cameras are kind of like. I can already hear Mariah Carey waking up. Don't put that evil on us, Pip. What are you doing? No. She's defrosting currently right now. Yeah, exactly. All right, so they just like we're shoot the shit. Just talks about the stuff. Scenarios. I know we're going to talk about Apaches and Barracks trials and stuff like that. Okay, it hit me, and it hit me. It's kind of funny in my own Latino way. Everyone likes to blame this administration on how come you don't ever see individuals getting taken at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. Remember I said we went to Home Depot, right? Me and the boy. So we went to the Home Depot, right? No big deal. Then sure as shit, as soon as we drove up, there are 2 flock cameras pointing at the entrance and the exit. You know how you have that one side and then you have the professional side, contractor side. I know like I said, we're going off track here. But there are 2, I mean, like brand new, freshly mounted, nice and black and solo. Everything was ready. I was like driving by. I'm like, hey, is that a fucking flock camera? And I almost hit a curb. And so I'm like, whoa. I gotta turn around here. Well, as I was making that turn, that's when I noticed the second flock camera. Insert Mexican jokes, migrant worker jokes, day worker jokes, however you want to call it. That's probably the reason why. No. Home Depot. Like I said, I should have taken pictures of it so I could show you guys. But I didn't want to because now what they're doing from what reports are stating, because I know you say something about flock on any type of webs and they'll block you and come after you and shit talk you and all that. But I was going to take a picture of it and go, like that. But no, Home Depot's got them. Home Depot. So I can just imagine people who are for flock cameras are probably the same ones that cry about illegal aliens and ICE and also their stuff being, on the streets and taking immigrants off the streets, illegal immigrants off the streets. Hey, how come you guys don't talk about that with the flock cameras? How come you guys don't talk about Home Depot letting those flock cameras in their parking lots, pointing at the intersection? I was like, okay, somebody told me, hey, look, man, you got to be careful. Kind of like the tinfoil stuff, right? How I always pull. Nah. There's no way. No way flock cameras are that prevalent. You can't see them everywhere. And it's almost like when you're shopping for a car. Ever notice that? When you're shopping for a car and you're just driving around and next thing you know, there's a car that you like and you start seeing that car everywhere. It's, that phenomenon. Speaking with some of my tinfoil friends, speaking with some of my anti-flock friends, and once they describe, yeah, it's going to be on this, it's going to look like that, it's going to look like blah, blah, blah. Now I'm seeing them everywhere. Like it literally, it's now, as I'm driving along, and I just look at an intersection, I look at a sign, I look at anything now. Holy shit, you can fucking see them everywhere. They're everywhere. Flock cameras are everywhere. Don't say, please do not do anything that would be some sort of mechanical impediment to what a flock camera is, because then you're going to be on there on blast. So I'm just going to say right now, it's some people are like flock cameras are good. Some people are falling it's bad or whatever. You're always under surveillance. I like watching the arguments back and forth. You got one side, no, it's a violation of my rights. I see another one that says you use your cell phone anyways, and you're taking pictures of a lot of stuff, and your phone's tracking you and all this other stuff. I personally, when you drive into a facility that says you're already under surveillance, and this was before flock cameras became the thing, right? There's some like Home Depot, and I'm going to use Home Depot again. Sorry, Home Depot. I'm just saying, because that's where it happened. I saw it in your lot. A camera's mounted on the sides, for property loss. And so I'm thinking, So people who are talking about, and again, I'm just these are good conversations to have. It's going to detract us from our Apaches with mechanical problems story, but I don't care. We got a little bit of time. It's kind of like if you're already walking into a place that says under surveillance in their parking lot. I know Lowe's does. It says that you're currently, and matter of fact, some of them got police trailers in their parking lot with the blue lights that's got the freaking cameras already looking. You're already looking at that. I'm about to get ready to get to that, Pip. They're already looking at you. So is it any different? Again, I'm against them. So I'm just letting you know real quick. I'm before everybody fucking flies in the comments, like, you know, I'm against them. And it's exactly that what you just said, Patrick, right there. You hit it right there. And the same thing with you, Pip. I'll get to those comments in a minute. So I'm just wondering, where are we looking at the lines here? And of course, Branko says we almost had riots over flock in the New Bedford, Mass. Here's another thing too. How come flock cameras are in specific spots but not another? I want them all on. Let's do it this way. Like Martha's Vineyard, Beverly Hills. Focus on them places first to kind of like as a test, right? They would have the same issues, right? You're impeding on my privacy, my amendments, my 4th and 5th Amendment rights, blah, 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 blah. All these rights they want to throw out. So Pip brings up a good point in the comments. Tell the cops to stop using them to stalk their exes. Holy shit. Have you seen stories about this? If you follow Angry Cops, and he posted a story about this over 700 times, this police officer tracked their ex. And it's not just guys doing it together. It's both. It's men and women, cops, that are stalking exes. Now, Flock, I'm just going to say your business model probably would have been better if you said, you want to find your ex? You want to track somebody that do some sort of private investigating service, something like that to where it doesn't look like you're impeding, because that's what private investigators do. Anyways, they're stalking you, they're following you and all, and you don't even know it. So the abuse factor is what, like Pip says right there, the abuse factor right there is very high. It just seems like a lot of individuals that have been busted violating with the flock, then that they're all law enforcement. So like I said, check out Angry Cops. They got a story. He's got a story up there. He's going to talk about it. It's like, wow. So over 700 times. That's the recent one. There was another one that was like a one in Florida, I think, a woman going after her ex. It's like it seems like it's more of an ex thing more than anything else. Pat says, Patrick, 100%, dude. Sorry, I called you Pat. I'm always called you Patrick, so I'm not gonna. Hey, man, what's up, Pat? It's the aggregation of data that makes it a slippery slope. It's like an aggregation of unclassified data that could venture into other levels. Yes, exactly that. A lot of information has been thrown out there that's being collected about you. There have been. Everyone's like, oh, there's been some false positives. Not false positives. There's been some actual fucking mistaken identity using these cameras. I don't know why I actually don't mind them. Driving is a privilege and a right, and the right-of-way highways, you can't really expect privacy. Most of them are looking for suspects. They can be used badly. See, that's what Corey says. See, there we go. Now we got sort of a proponent. Pip says they're not easy to... I know they're not. I'm just saying. I know anytime you say anything about flock, I got a friend, the guy that runs the trunk tails. Every time he shit posts on flock cameras, the fucking CEO or somebody like that, he gets his fucking account throttled on X. And just suspicious suspensions and lockouts and visibility rules being placed on him because he just talks about it. So yes, they are open. Yes. Matter of fact, what's the site? Somebody just sent me the site today because I was laughing about it. Because I was using a Mexican, a Spanish accent. It's the pinche flocks, ese? You know, shit like that. So stop with that comment, Corey. Why would you got to say agree to disagree? There we go. Okay. I'll look it up. Let's look it up. I hope we don't get shut down right here. We're probably going to get shut down on X because he's really sensitive on X. There you go. There's a site. It's out there. And it's pretty freaking accurate. It is accurate. It's accurate to the point to where when one was being installed, it's already updated. So whoever's doing this website, I'm not gonna fucking say. I'm gonna post the website in a minute. Hang on. First, I'm gonna drop it in the chats right quick. Hang on. Agree to disagree. Why are you saying it like that, Corey? There you go. Don'tGetFlocked.com. There you go. Patrick says, as with all good debates, it's only one way to solve it. Childish name calling. So let's check out the flocks. There we go. I know we have totally derailed the agenda of what we're going to talk about tonight. We'll get to that. Hang on. There we go. Movements are being recorded. Look at that. Look at that. I dropped it in the chats. Don'tGetFlocked.com. Matter of fact, let me see. Learn what is flock. Documented abuse. Ooh, let's go documented abuse. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. ICE taps into a network without a contract. A deputy searched 83,000 cameras for a woman who had an abortion. Damn, dude. Police chief searched 100x. A lot of these cops are doing, there's like cop things in here. Use we can't see. Not just bad apples. The system has a problem itself. So, but yeah. Look how many are around Fort Bragg. Back at Bragg. Josiah, where you at? There you go. Back at Bragg. There we go. Or my neck of the woods. Rayford. There you go. Back at Bragg. There you go. Look at her all over from Fort Bragg. So, I think we'll go with that in a minute. Deflocked vom. Yeah, what I don't. There's way more than that. Holly, I'm just saying these are the spots that you know. I don't see. That's the thing. I don't know exactly where like if someone pointed to the site to me, and I'm like, bullshit. This site ain't accurate. And of the flocks that I have seen, that's what I have I noticed. So real quick, bam. There we go. Bam. Look at that. There's all these flocks right here. Oh, I gotta put that again. 283 0. There we go. Back at Bragg. Got flock cameras all over Bragg. So there you go. They're the ones that are right there at Bragg. Yeah, Spring Lake. Around Bragg, I should say. I wonder where they're pointing. There you go. Look at all American Highway. These are around hotels. I don't know if you stay around that area. Fort Mills, Fayetteville. Man, explore the full map. Are you being tracked? Look at that. Dang. So these are all them. Look at that. Okay, what's that? Is that? That's like freaking. Look at all this shit. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not gonna spend all night looking at this, but go ahead and just check out that site. Don'tGetFlocked.com. There's 40 on Fall River, but more New Bedford, Mass. Yep. I could say more Leo capabilities. You would be surprised. Oh, I know of Leo. Here's my thing. Like, there's things that you do already outside, already that's in the public purview. Surveillance cameras, when you go get gas. Like I said, using the example of Home Depot, the cameras are already out there. There's already cops that have cop trailers out there that have the flashy blue lights with the camera and stuff like that. They're already looking at you. It just, I've never seen or never heard of them busting you that way falsely. Or like I said, the cases of stalkers and shit. That's the issue. You don't hear about a police surveillance. Yeah, I just answered my own question. You don't hear about police surveillance cameras because they probably busted them, or they just like, oh, we're not saying shit. So, anyways, so go don'tgetflocked.com. All right, Apaches, the helicopters, they're crashing. I don't know if you guys know about this already, about the Apache helicopter crash that happened at Fort Hood that was fatal. And there's a story here from CNN. Davis Winky, who's assisted us in a lot of stories as well, does this pretty good CNN article about the Army attack helicopters called the 8H-64, proper nomenclature, of course. it is the attack helicopter, anti-tank helicopter that uses that little thing on top. It's called a longbow. Anyways, so currently we're seeing a spate of incidents of aircraft going down with mechanical issues, and it seems, and this is at a historical rate because there's some notes and stuff like that that are being passed around, amid a widespread problem with the model's transmission. It's the Echo model, I think. So the helicopter type has experienced 5 major crashes since October and a deadly mishap earlier this month in Texas that killed 2 soldiers. That sparked a wildfire and led the Army to temporarily bar Apache pilots from conducting routine training flights. With that, fiscal year 2026 is on pace to be the second worst Apache flight accidents since the new model of the AH-64 currently has rolled out since 2011. So they stopped training flights and exempted units who were deployed to the Middle East, but they ended on Wednesday. So the rate of Apache helicopter crashes known as Class A mishaps. Now, we posted this stuff on U.S. Army W.T.F. moments, and this, by the way, the story is going to get posted on, I think it's tomorrow morning, on U.S. Army W.T.F. moments as well. So you're going to see it. You're going to hear me talk about it, and you're going to see it. That's what they classify events like that. They don't say, they call them mishaps, like proper terminology for aircraft crashes is a mishap. You can't, aircraft crashes or whatever. It's almost like when people get wrapped around the axle about a casualty. What's considered a casualty? People think that when you say casualty, whenever they decide to update the fucking rolls of how many casualties we have, by the way, when a casualty is an injury, a KIA, wounded in action, when they're put together, those are considered casualties. Dead or alive, an injury, shrapnel, death. Well, in the aviation world, these are broken down into different types of classes. They call them, it's an Army, again, it's an Army safety centerism, and it's known as a mishap. And then people get mad when we posted it was a mishap. Oh, you guys just downplay what the fuck it is. No, it's what the Army calls it, and that's what we pulled from the report. It represents any type of incident or accident or mishap or whatever you want to fucking call it that permanently disables a person, which, obviously death would be, or results in the loss of aircraft or 2.5 million in damage, and surpasses typical years and rivals that of the service more severe rate back in 2024. And this is according to CNN's review of the data. Now, everyone's like, why you posted CNN? Why are you talking fake news? Blah, blah, blah. There is a lot of information that has been swirling around the aviation community that correlates this information that Davis has posted that he's wrote about. So it's not fake news. There were 9 major Apache helicopter crashes in 2024, and the spike accidents across all all Army, not just Apache. I don't know why I keep saying Apache. Army helicopter models. Now, Army leaders ordered a special safety training initiative that year that attributed the accidents to human errors stemming from a decreased experience amongst his pilots and increased the training intensity and complexity after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So, let me see. So, estimated by this year's Apache crash to be approximately 6.2 per every 100,000 flying hours. Thus, as far for fiscal year 2026, 5 Class A flight mishaps involving the AH-64 have occurred. The Apache, through August 15th, had flown approximately 80,000 hours. That number correlates with or combines the 42,000 hours, roughly, through March 31st that were listed in the internal Army safety letter provided by CNN by an Army safety. See, that's an Army safety spokesperson that had logged approximately 37 additional hours through August 15th. So currently right now, this is the Echo model, and there is an issue with the transmission, which could knock out the aircraft's tail rotor. Now, we posted a picture from April of an Apache helicopter at Hood Army Airfield, and the tail boom was separated from the main fuselage. And so I'm not an Apache mechanic. I'm trying to get an Apache mechanic to come on to discuss, a former one, of course, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, to tell us about how the transmission things works and all that. Army spokesperson Major Montrell Russell declined to answer any questions regarding the transmission investigation or disclose any preliminary findings regarding the cause of this month's deadly Fort Hood crash. Quote, we express our deep sadness over the loss of 2 soldiers near Fort Hood. And he also stated that special controls and release protections to prevent the service from providing detailed technical aviation information to include how many of this year's crashes were related to that helicopter's transmission. So, we're going to see what's up, Tanner? We're going to see the airframe as a casualty. Yes, we're going to see what's going to happen with this. You know, there's a story that went out way back in the day that hit 60 Minutes, and this is with the airframe of the UH-60. There was an engine problem with the UH-60 that everybody kind of knew about that had predicted that if you flew and you did this, it would cause an engine failure, blah, blah, blah. And it was kind of like blown off. It wasn't until a loss of 4 crew members, this is back in the 90s, to which that's when changes were made. But it wasn't until a 60 Minutes news report came out, and I'm trying to find it. The reason why I know this is because it happened to my organization, 12th Aviation Brigade. And I was there when I was in the unit when it happened. So, Pip. Oh, Lord, oh, God, that's a spicy post right there. Oh, let me fan myself with my AER propaganda. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Is the Apache the new Osprey? Lord, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate, nor am I qualified to make the observation mechanically. We will know once, like I said, once I get this, trying to get a guest to shoot the shit with me. It might be offline, so that way we'll hear the recording. We'll shoot the shit with the recording, and then once that happens, then we're more than happy to go into that thing. Because right now, that's currently the issue of the aviation community in the aviation world. That is the issue right now. That is the current concern with Apaches. They're also there's a sale going on in Poland with 96 airframes of that model. So I'm just saying, I think we kind of need either a briefing were to come out, because I know the Department of the Army and the Department of War have a great history of press briefings. To be sarcastic. So something like this would have been nice to know. Hey, look, here's what's going on. Instead of going through tidbits of spokespersons for whatever may have you. So yeah, we'll see about that. So that's what's going on with the Apaches. Again, we posted that and people really got upset with the way we worded it. That was the wording report of that incident. And so that's why when you hear mishap, that's how you say it. Now, yeah, exactly. Somebody just said, what about the Boeing makes the aircraft, so has deployed teams to Army maintenance depots to assist in inspection and fixing the transmissions. That's what they say, fixing the transmission. So we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna say, if it's a bad transmission, is it like, do we have a warranty or something like that with our aircraft? Are they gonna like, oh shit, my bad, all the aircraft that could be possibly we replace them? Who's footing the bill? Is our extended warranty? You know that meme? I'm here to call you about your Apache's extended warranty. Is that happening? Is Boeing going to pay the costs for this transmission? From what we've been told at U.S. Army W.T.F moments, ranges up in cost up to $1 million a per. So, I mean, you're just going to do some little beer math, the jump master math. It's going to be a lot, almost $1 million per airframe. So the Army and Boeing didn't answer any questions on how they identified, though, those faulty parts. Boeing did say to CNN that the company is supporting the U.S. Army's investigation to ensure the operational readiness and safety of any affected aircraft, but referred additional questions to the Army. Like, dude, that's your bird. That's your aircraft. That's your loaner car that you give the Army to fly. You can kill tanks. You would think that would be. Anyways. More to follow on that. We'll see what happens. I do know for the fact that they don't. Most companies do not want to. Don't want to discuss what's going on until they fix it themselves, and then they put a presser out to the company of whatever. It's like there. That's it. There you go. Here's the information that we have, because I'm pretty sure the Army's asking, yeah, recall the parts. Yeah, no shit, exactly. What type of recall is it going to be? Yeah. So, anywho, that's the story of the Apache. Thus so far. More to follow. Appreciate Davis Winky for knocking out that story for CNN. Supposedly, I guess, I don't know, maybe CNN is CNN on the banned list, or isn't that we don't like media, we don't like the media slide. And there's been rumors. I've been joking around right before I went on air with some friends, and they were talking about the possibility of a bad media slide being out there. And I'm like, we're used to it. Supposedly, there was a bad media slide from the previous administration because we said shit about whatever. Name your thing. Even had us, had Terminal CWOs, Sam Shoemate, had man, me, little old me, told that we were providing disinformation and misinformation at AUSA? Lordy. Once again, fan myself with my AER propaganda, baby. Make sure you donate to AER, supporting soldiers and their families since 1942. They do not pay us, by the way, for this. So I don't want everyone to go, you guys are, no. This is our own thing. Kind of like our own, we want to support the troops type of thing. Me being a soldier for life, and then, of course, I'm going to go to assist and help. So, what was the next thing we were talking about? Oh, yeah. The barracks. The barracks. So, everybody knows that since 2013, U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments and W.T.F. Nation Radio has been the lead. I would say the lead for now, or lead now. We'll lead in, we did lead, or anyways, provided information about moldy barracks, facilities, and of course, customer service complaints that you would get at CIF, finance, the docks, the hospitals, name your whatever. We do our best to try to post as much as we can to bring awareness to commands about their facilities that are fucked up. Housing also. The PX, yeah, exactly. So, there's a report that came out. This is from Jeff Shogel at Task and Purpose. Again, the stories that I'm reading to you right now, if you want to catch up on later, don't worry, they'll be posted on the main line at U.S. Army WTF Moments, so you'll see them. But I just want to talk about it because they're just funny that we were just talking about barracks, and you don't pay attention to barracks, and this is going to be the cost, and me and Hots and Cots talk a lot, and me and Army Reddit talk a lot, and we were just like, hey, you know what? This is what's going to happen. It's going to just neglect, and it's going to fucking hit us in the end. Well, the price tag for needed maintenance on barracks and other facilities has more than doubled in 5 years, a federal watchdog found. Oh, no. Lord have mercy. Where could you have gotten this information that probably would have led to some sort of mitigating circumstances to prevent this from happening? These extra costs. So the cost of maintenance work needed in the barracks and other facilities has doubled over 5 years to $285 billion, according to a recent report from the GAO. The Pentagon has struggled. That line right there. The Pentagon has struggled. No shit. They're struggling. Or as a friend of mine says, in shambles. Struggle to hire and retain workers while underfunding on-base repairs that supposedly we said we were going to get for lethality maxing. In the August 21 report faulted the Pentagon for not requesting enough money from Congress, even though, and I'm adding to some of this too, even though we have went online, testified, I've not testified, but have gone before committees or have provided committees information that we said, hey, what the fuck? How come we're not, this is what's going on. We were going to be doing this. You guys need to fucking fix these barracks, fix these facilities and housing. They faulted the Pentagon for not requesting enough money from Congress to fully fund repairs, improvements, and construction. The GAO said that the military services were funding about 80% of their maintenance needs, falling short of the Defense Department's goal of 90%. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Every time Theo Ruiz, if you guys don't know, he's Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, Ruiz, okay? The soldiers are calling him Theo Ruiz because he's always on the up to talk about Marine Corps' care of the Marines, of their facilities, of their barracks. I don't know what all their names are, bulkheads and decks and shit like that. But Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps did a walkthrough of the new facilities being stood up, and he was talking about it. Hey, fool, make sure you get these barracks. Look at the barracks the Marines are getting, a fool. That type of thing, right? Shout out to Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. I'm just using Johnny Vargas. Anyway, since at that time, the DOD had reported that its deferred maintenance requirements increased. Of course, we know that. The report, which first reported by the Military Times, also found that 1/3 of the buildings of the U.S. bases are more than 50 years old. How about some no shit on that one? Every day, we get something in the inbox at U.S. Army WTF Moments on facilities since we've been reporting them. Now, of course, Rob Evans, Hots and Cots, your central location for all Barracks and maintenance facility statistics, has posted all in our joint efforts, and we've collaborated on that. Matter of fact, you go right now, you can probably see in the timeline at U.S. Army WTF Moments, and pinned to the top, you can see the let me see. Matter of fact, let's take a look at U.S. Army WTF Moments. Easy to find, of course. Not that fake shit. There we go. Look at that. First thing you see on the top, bam. Drop a review. Look at that. That's since May. The screen is me talking, blah, blah, blah. This is blah, 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 blah. We're going to talk about that case in a minute. There you go. Look at that. Psh. Look at that. Hots and Cots. Get the Hots and Cots app. It's easy. 2 new features just released, as a matter of fact. The Sit Rep, a monthly email summary of reviews for your branch, installation, and overall of Hots and Cots. There you go. And Sweatbox. I love this. The Sweatbox. Reminds me like Welcome Back, Kotter, the Sweat Hogs, right? That's a good word too. I'm gonna tell Rob, if you stay in the barracks, you're a sweat hog. That's his idea, so I won't. The Sweatbox. Think of it like Broken. You guys know what Broken is, right? It is a site that has all the broken ice cream machines, shake machines in McDonald's. But think McBroken, but for Barracks AC, and it's still anonymous. We just received daily that we sent to Rob at Hots and Cots for our collaboration. I say, Rob, here we go. App recommended the app sent, app recommendation sent. Every time we send something out, we tell the individuals in the inbox. Of course, our inbox is anonymous as well. And we say, hey, go to the Hots and Cots app. Download the app. Find out. And then you get all your information there. To the point to where now our job at U.S. Army WTF Moments, instead of going to a command or whatever, now they go through Rob. Now they go through Hots and Cots. And he's able to get all these numbers, get it squared away. You can't beat it. That's what it's all about. That app is being used for a single source location. Instead of Facebook posts, news articles, and all that, you could go to Hots and Cots and see your stats. As a matter of fact, shit. Let me open this right here. This was as of yesterday. There we go. This series in strike over at Fort Campbell. I don't speak Campbell. I speak Bragg, not Campbell. So this was just yesterday. A couple days old. Bathroom shower mold. Look at all that lethality that you're inhaling. Somebody sent us a meme that we're going to post that has to do with mold. Apparently, all that shit that was supposed to have been fixed isn't getting fixed. So as Rob stated on Hots and Cots, this is what underfunding to facilities looks like in the barracks. It does, obviously his data doesn't show funding, but it shows what underfunding looks like. Matter of fact, there we go. The gap didn't close. So let's go right here. Average barracks rating by quarter since launch. Dude, man, I think if you go get the Hots and Cots app, Rob is throwing more accurate notes, I should say, more positive notes. Not positive, but yes, exactly, accurate numbers. Thank you, English. I got that flock camera fucking staring at me. So yeah, let's see. Barracks Task Force. So here's what we've been reporting, blah, blah. The Barracks Task Force, of course, the Task Force of Excellence. We had this on a previous pod already. Who's in charge of the Barracks Task Force? Usually a task force has a commander to it and a senior enlisted advisor, of course. And, of course, all the staffs underneath it. So who runs it? Who is part of this Barracks Task Force? We covered it in a previous pod. That can answer to Rob and the rest of the, I don't know, the whole fucking services. Look at that. Bam. Backlog grew 108%. Again, attribution here is from Hots and Cots. Make sure you download the Hots and Cots app. We post it all the time anyways. Hots and Cots, and you'll see it. So $137 billion is what we talked about. If these sustainment funds, if these do not get fixed, as we stated before, U.S. Army WTF moments, along with Hots and Cots, along with several other pods that I've been on with Sergeant's Time and the Money Edition, said that the costs are going to grow. And look what happened. It grew. $285 billion. I almost guarantee it that the majority of these numbers are Army. Go to your local fort. 46 points is what it says behind my face. Facility sustainment funding by installation. Between the best and worst funded installations. Anderson Air Force Base and Minot Air Force Base, Naval Station Norfolk. Is it Norfolk or Norfolk? People say Norfolk, Norfolk. Fort Wainwright and Fort Benning. A single installation. And look at that. Marine Corps is like 40%. I gotta get with Rob. We need to have Rob come back. We need to have him come back on and shoot the shit with us. So here's the most tagged issues. This is why Sweatbox. That's why Sweatbox was developed. Non-working HVAC. This is as of August 22nd, by the way. Unclean mold. You can see that mold, unsafe, poor water quality, pests. You guys know about the pest stamp? Matter of fact, I'm not 100. We have word about the DFAC or the Operation Iraqi Freedom DFAC at Fort Hood. I got to reach out to Fort Hood and find out what the status of that DFAC is. When they're going to have a grand reopening, or it's been reopened that we don't know about. So this stuff that we report here, that Rob reports, is when we have all the guys that are so fucking that are cupping the lethality maxing sack that say this is bullshit, this is fake news, blah blah blah. No, again, he's providing stats. No AC in airborne barracks. This was this. Oh, this is March 28th. Yeah, this is when we did the March 28th one. The soldiers are sleeping outside because it's so fucking hot in the barracks. Fort Carson. You guys, yeah. They lost an experimental MRE and they finally found it, so they're no longer locked down, by the way. You guys are asking me about that. Fort Bragg. Air conditioning, hot water in op. There we go. We're back to the original post. So there. So, exactly that. Hots and Cots for the win. In shambles, baby. So it just to me, it's just I'm the soldiers when they're seeing lethality maxing and they're seeing this is what's going on with this. We're doing great with the Army, depending on who's in charge of the Army, because we really don't fucking know right now. Aside from the fact that I take that back. Take that back. I was about ready to say something that is true now. That is true. Army leadership visited Hawaii to check out the barracks. Matter of fact, let me look for that post. I almost did it. Yeah, I almost did a an inaccurate post. Let's see. What was that? I just want to make sure I got the right post right. I just want to make sure. SMA, Sergeant Major of the Army Wire, visited Hawaii to check the barracks out. To visit. Now, this is kind of like the situation with the guys that are complaining about the barracks being trashed or the ship being trashed, whatever. Name your USS dead president fucking aircraft carrier, the Lincoln or the Washington. Guarantee it that, when somebody came by for dog and pony, supposedly this was a no notice. So yes, Sergeant Major of the Army did go visit facilities in Hawaii. I'm lucky I didn't, lucky that did not slip. Are we? Yeah, exactly. What are we doing here? Oh man. So again, Matt didn't I think the Secretary of the Army. I think the Secretary of the Army might have let's see. Look here. I think that was that true? Secretary of the Army visited as well. Oh, okay. Did he go visit? I know you don't hear from him much. Aside from the fact that there's rumors that he is going to be stepping down at the end of the year. I'm not seeing anything I'm not seeing anything confirmed. Have you seen anything confirmed? Everyone likes to talk through whatever and reports are saying and rumors of this. Man, just come out and fucking say it. Yes, I am leaving this position at the end of the year. Something like that. We can confirm, blah, blah, blah. We want to thank so-and-so for their service, yada, yada, yada. Of course, somebody will make it partisan on why he's leaving. So, yeah. Matter of fact, let me look. Secretary of the Army. Let me see. Let me type it in myself. Secretary Driscoll. Wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? I think we already have that information. I think Hots and Cots talked about it. Let me look over here. Man, why search? Why search this information when you could just look it right up? I mean, shit. There you go. There you go. This was posted on the 14th of August. Shout out to Rob again. Sergeant of the Army showed up unscheduled at USAG Hawaii. Bypassed the slides and talked directly with the soldiers. Curious to find out what's happening? Curious to know. Maybe there should be some Sergeant Major of the Army notes for Rob to talk to. That'd be kind of cool to see, have a one-on-one. I'm not dropping any hints. A one-on-one with the SMA and Rob of Hots and Cots. You don't have to talk to us. We know it. Nobody likes us anyway, so I'm just saying. Some of the comments in here are, I'm surprised he did this. First unscheduled tour to inspect infrastructure to a vacation destination during the summer. Nope, nothing suspicious here. Of course, there's that one person. Wow, this house should be done. Outstanding. When I was stationed in Hawaii, we didn't have AC. We were told to open the windows, let the wind cool off. This is back in my day, guys, in these comments right here. But this is posted on DVids. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Not originally on his itinerary. Weimer added the comprehensive installation tour to personally inspect both new construction and legacy barracks. Legacy barracks. Legacy. That term legacy is like old shit. That's a fancy word for saying old. We went through the new barracks and the old shit. Probably would have been better, but that's just me. So yeah, went through military reservation, inspect construction site of a new child development center. Okay, there you go, shout out. Giving credit where credit's due, guys. Come on, relax. Tour concluded at Schofield Barracks, where Reimer walked through the barracks. 2000. Barracks 2081 and 2083. Wow, he didn't really want to go to any command inspections. He just wanted to talk to barracks. There we go. By just as a schedule to hear directly from the force, Weimer reinforced the Army's commitment to prioritizing people and ensuring garrison operations effectively support the tactical units tasked with deterring aggression to maintaining stability throughout the Indo-Pacific. Oh man, defense, you better change that shit. Look at that. You might have somebody fucking tweaking on you there. It's supposed to just be PACOM now. Back to PACOM, not Indo-Pacific or Indo-Pacific. Or are you talking about the command or the region? Just breaking balls, guys. Just breaking balls. I don't want my buddies at USAR PAC to send in my DMs. Hey, man, I saw what happened, man. So, yes. So, I digress. I'm glad. No, I shouldn't digress because I didn't say it. It almost came out. I'm glad that Sergeant Major of the Army went out there to check it out. That one spot. Yes, that one spot. So, again, what's next? Can we see the sweat box? Okay. You're talking about the sweat check? I think he called it something else. Let me open it up. Somebody, what? Uh-oh. Oh, hang on. This is it's like, no shit. Somebody trying to come in here and look at my stuff. see. Hey Rob, you need to like check something on your thing here because it's I just got a cyber hit. No shit on Sweat Check. My internet's good. Ever since I had that attempted Russian Kremlin takeover from Moscow. You guys remember that when I was broadcasting? We were shit posting on Russia and telling them how fucked they were for And yeah, matter of fact, let's just go to. Oh shit! I better tell my computer. I gotta tell my systems, hey, or maybe it's Rob infiltrating my stuff. Look, double check, triple check. Then we open it back up. Refresh. No way. This thing didn't just didn't block Rob. It did. It blocked Rob. Holy crap! Shout out to the W.T.F Nation cyber team. Thank you. Man, making sure this thing didn't open. Yeah, exactly. Tanner's like, yeah, it's probably the task force. I know what you're thinking, Tanner. I see you in the chats. I know what you're thinking. Somebody doesn't like the fact that I'm reporting. Let me see. Sweat Check. Yes, got it. There you go. Temporarily unblocked. Let me go back to the Sweat Check. Let me see. Let me see here. Because now I'm curious. It's like, oh shit. Where is the Sweat Check? Let me see. No AC in car. We're talking about the no AC in Carson. I just want to make sure we got all my notes squared away because we're talking about the Barracks stuff. I like Sweat Box better. Not Sweat Check. Let's see. That's so weird. So Rob, I temporarily unblocked your stuff right there, so that way you can see that stuff. That's pretty damn good. I'm about to say, man. I mean, see, let me look at Sweat Check there. There you go. Accept. Man, it kind of scared me right there. All my bells and whistles were going off. You guys couldn't hear, but all my bells and whistles were going off of my headphones. And like, oh, Lord have mercy. So check in your AC. There you go. Installations report. Oh, I think this needs to be refreshed because, again, I'm probably going through my... This is just, okay, no reports last 4 days, but first in checking billing. So, yeah. So that's it. Sweat Check. I was like, damn. The W.T.F Nation cyber security system, OPSEC Monkey is like on the beat. Is this supposed to be? Thanks, OPSEC Monkey. You guys didn't know he went to DEF CON and Black Hat, so he's all up on the on the cyber stuff. So Holly says you've been reporting on this for at least a decade. Thank you, Holly. I appreciate the acknowledgement. That's right. We have, God, it's been a decade already? Shit. Exactly that. It's been a minute. Holy shit. Yeah, it has been a decade. Crap. It was a damn. Been WTF Nation Radio that long? So, yeah. Has there any new barracks built? Yes, there is. See that? I think Fort Bliss built some over at Camp McGregor. They built some 3D printed ones. And so, Jeff from Cyber Awareness. Yeah, I'm about to say. No comment. We do not discuss the personnel unless they're publicly. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was lucky. Yeah. OPSEC Monkey hit DEF CON and Black Hat, while the guys were over doing San Diego Comic Con. The main page guys were doing Black Hat and DEF CON. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah, damn, it's this decade. Shit, holy shit. Yeah. So I don't know. As a matter of fact, that would be a good stat to have. How many barracks? From March of 2016, because that's when I first came on air, March from 2016 to March of 2026. Matter of fact, let me see. Matter of fact, let me check. Oh, let me see. How many barracks barracks have been built from March 2016 to March 2026. Let's do some beer math here. On Army, okay. Are you Chat GPT? Yeah, just want to say just real quick swag because just a swag. On U.S. Army installations, the construction underwent a massive transformation between 2016 to 2026, driven by persistent quality of life crises such as mold, ventilation, and failures of broken HVACs. So I've not, let's see. See, even AI, when you ask Google, doesn't want to fucking say it, doesn't want to openly admit it. So number one, the robotic architecture. And I said this, Fort Bliss, Camp McGregor with the 3D printed, 3D printing at Camp McGregor at Fort Bliss, have built the structure cells for a 10 building complex in just 58 days. Number two, the Barracks Task Force, part of the One Beautiful Bill Barracks Task Force. So far, we need more money. We still haven't got. As a matter of fact, that would be a good question for the Barracks Task Force to answer. How many barracks have been built? It's a very good question, Holly. Upgrading Cold War bases. I've not seen anything on here. Fort Leonard Wood, Fort Polk, Joint Base Meyer, blah, blah, blah. I want fucking numbers. See, this is what I don't like about AI. Sometimes it's really biased when it comes to stuff. When you Google something, and now that Google has an AI mode to it, you ask a question like blah, 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 and then it's like around. It's almost like, who's telling AI? Who is telling AI to answer positively when it comes to barracks questions and facilities? Oh, yeah, right, exactly. 10 years back, Mo, could you imagine living in that? And then again, the majority of the homes in the South. Yep. Yeah, but you know what, Holly? The majority of the homes in the South, I have not seen, in the South. Do I need to play my Civil War music again? Living in the South, properly maintained HVACs and properly maintained facilities rarely have a mold issue unless it's in an affected area. It's in an area that does not have those types of amenities. And you know what I mean? So National Guard posts might skew the numbers due to building barracks from the Afghanistan nationals from the NEO. Yeah, that too. I think those are mostly like temp, like sort of kind of temp tents or something like that. Semi-tent, I don't know. But that's a good question. Now, if I was sitting in front of, if I was in Congress and I was, name your Congress or whatever, Representative Ken, and I was going to ask somebody from the Barracks Task Force, how many barracks have we built? How many barracks so far? I'm not saying this is a loaded question for anybody who's going to be in part of the Barracks Task Force to be possibly testifying in front of anybody in Congress, specifically a committee that has to do with armed services and shit. I'm just saying, in case, what I would do if I was your comms guy, if I was your Grand Admiral Propaganda, I'd have that information ready. How many barracks? We'll use the W.T.F moments route. How many barracks? Yeah, exactly that, Braco. Pretty soon AI will start pleading the fifth. So many fifths like Fauci. I heard that comment. Saw that comment today. Leader of Barracks Task Force, how many barracks have been built from 2016 to March of 2026? And also, how much of that was utilized from the big beautiful bill? They didn't answer that. Answer that question. Don't how individuals, when they get in front of Congress, they like to waffle and going around and not answer the question. Well, according to this, no. How many buildings? Fort Polk received $117 million footprint overhaul to replace old unaccompanied housing units that continuously failed. There's businesses out there that when they fail, it's because of something like, I don't know, like a restaurant or something like that. They sell, they have a bad restaurant that's got bad code, bad rating, and they go out of business and stuff like that. Except for Taco Bell. Everyone has always known that if you eat Taco Bell, you're gonna get bubble gut, unless you have the Burrito Supreme. That's not. But the tacos, yeah. But everybody knows that, right? So it didn't really deter. It really didn't deter Taco Bell's how do I say status or prominence. Everybody knows that if you eat Taco Bell, you're gonna get bubble gut. You're if you want to get cleaned out, eat some Taco Bell. Even Taco Bell admitted, oh shit, this lettuce is so bad, it's giving our bubble gut, competition or something like that, right? But any other business that you heard of bad product, bad food, of course, immediately corporate will come out and say, hey, we will make sure this is going to get fixed and blah, blah, blah. So here's the solution. Stop setting your AC to 65 degrees when it's 100 outside. What? 60, yeah, exactly that, Holly. 67 or 68 year round. Mold in the showers from improper ventilation. Yeah, National Guard. Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, exactly. I'm just reading some of your comments here. I still can't believe Hots and Cots got. Still can't believe Hots and Cots. Oh, man. So, those are my questions. That's what I would ask the Barracks Task Force. I would ask the Derek's, the derelicts. I would ask the Barracks Task Force, whoever's in charge of it, because we still don't know who is in charge of it. Like I said, a task force to me, speaking militarily wise, there's a commander. There's a senior enlisted advisor. There are staff functions inside that task force to do it. It's not just a bunch of guys and gals pontificating about all the great shit that could or could not be happening, even though it didn't happen. Otherwise, we would not be $285 billion in need. I don't get it. So that's the barracks stuff right quick. Let me. Bathrooms have vents. Yep, exactly. I just want to make sure I got my agenda right here, because I've been like, I kind of got like let me see. Let me look. What was I talking about? What was I distracted myself. So we talked about the barracks. We talked about the Apaches, the mechanical issues. Oh, yeah, thank you. Didn't you guys talk about Bragg? Okay, yes, back at Bragg. So back at Bragg, the 8th PSYOP group, the PSYOP barracks. PSYOPs. It was like PSYOPs. It's PSYOP. They just came together and did they partnered with DPW to install barracks community kitchens. That's what I'm talking about. So the ghosts, now instead of having to worry about walking somewhere to go get chow and stuff like that, everyone's like, oh, it's no big deal. Shut up. You don't fucking walk to go get your fucking chow, so shut up. So soldiers from the 8th and 4th psychological operations groups living in the barracks face the problem getting fed. The barracks, different from many of the others in the installation, do not have kitchenette in the rooms. It's like one central kitchen that used to be back in the day. So the building location makes it difficult to grab something to eat. There was a small stove available in a converted janitor's closet. If you guys know about the 4-stack and the 5-stack on Gruber Road. I'm not saying before the GWAT really kicked off that I would go and inspect my soldiers and then we play Halo for half the day, considering we would say those are inspections. But I'm just saying those barracks can get, it was really hard for them to get chow. So the one small stove available in the closet was to share between about 450 soldiers. So the nearest Army installation is about 2 miles away, while the fast food options are a mile away. I don't know if you guys been to Bragg lately. If you guys check it out, they got a freaking B-dubs now in the corner. B-dubs to go. That's what I'm talking about. That's where me and Baby Eyes like to go hang out and cavort at the W.T.F Nation Embassy. That's B-dubs. You catch us there at B-dubs. So if you see us there eating some chow, let us know. Say, hey, aren't you on W.T.F Nation Radio? Aren't you on W? So if you see us there, yeah, we're here. We'll throw some selfies up and stuff like that. So when Colonel Robert Cusack, 8th POG Commander, yes, Pogue, people like to say Pogue, Psychological Operations Group in this context, asked what would make the barracks life better. The response was to provide a real kitchen so soldiers can prepare their food. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's see. Let me pop this picture up here. Let me see the gallery. Oh man, look at that! Oh, hang on. Let me open this. Let me open this thingy up here. Man, let me widen the lens here. Let's get a little focus here. I don't want to sound like the leader. What was it? The battalion commander from One Punch. All right, let's gather around here. Look at these facilities here for the soldiers, for the PSYOP guys. It's really interesting how now they have 3. Look at this. It's awesome. Look at that. That is so badass. Oh, look at those fridges. Look at that. Oh my god. I would have cooking competitions. I would have I'm gonna tell you what. You could shit talking the combatives, Matt, all you want, but I'm saying in the kitchen, you get some, look at that. Oh, electric stoves though. I prefer gas stoves due to the fact that they have a little bit of a, flair and pizzazz when you use the gas stoves. I don't know, probably because they're afraid of soldiers setting themselves on fire or what. I don't know, but that's a pretty good range right there. Let's see what else. I think that was it. So yeah, it was image 404. Yeah. So there you go. So shout out to the Ghosts for getting their kitchen facilities set up. That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about, man. I would prefer to cook my own chow sometimes. I get it. Sometimes you want to get those Hooter. Yes. Oh man. Hooters blacklisted Baby Ice. Is that what you're saying? Me? I rarely attend Hooters, and I don't like, I don't like attending Hooters anyways. I took Baby Ice when he was younger, when he didn't understand. I was there to get some lunch or whatever, and he got handsy, and that's probably why Baby Ice. But I don't like I said, I don't normally in places like that, Twin Peaks or whatever. Taking the kids in there to me is kind of like, eh. Yeah, exactly. You wanted those calcium cannons. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was like. Holy crap. He was like walking into a freaking smorgasbord. Holly says, y'all know the White House phone number. I do. You can leave a message with them daily and start having a call. It's like a 5-minute wait. Holly, we don't have to call the White House. I'm just saying we have sent messages. I'll stop right there. I won't continue any further because then I don't want to reveal anything. There you go. How about that? Because there's already talk about the deep state and who's been talking to who and who's whatever. Everyone's trying to outclout each other. But we could get word too on certain things if need be. But let me double check to make sure that was all the news that I wanted to talk about. Let me look at this. Okay, we got the flock. Yep, AI. I'm going to get back with you, AI. I'm going to find out why you wouldn't answer the whole thing about a task force. Because I think it's bullshit. Oh, the trials. Thank you. Someone says you're talking about a trial. Okay. You guys know about the story in Fort Bragg, right? That happened with the mother was sentenced to life for a 2015 Cumberland County murder of her 2-year-old daughter. And her name was Jeannie Diddy. And everybody, she was a soldier on Fort Bragg. And when this all was happening, everyone was kind of like, so, yeah, she did it. There's definitely, yeah, she did it. There was a lot of conversations saying, yeah, there's no fucking way. She was finally convicted. CT can. This was. Let me pull this thing up right here. Let me get the. There we go. All right. After more than a decade waiting, Macy Grace Diddy's family finally found the verdict they fought for. Cumberland County. Jesus Christ! I'm gonna open up so many freaking things. My computer's going crazy. Cumberland County Superior Court jury found Jeannie Diddy of guilty of first-degree murder and felonious child abuse in the 2015 death of her 2-year-old daughter. So that's one of the things that we posted earlier on the main page. Matter of fact, let me find that video. Let me find that video on this thing without popping ads. No, I don't want a freaking home in Rayford. All right, hang on. I'm just gonna pop through the ads. You guys can't hear them, but I can. I don't want to. Okay, there we go. Let me open up this thing right here, and we can listen in. It's courtesy of what is this? Who is this? I'll give the credit as soon as the credit is. As soon as this video is done. I got all these pop-ups coming up. So, News 17. Let me turn off the captions here. There we go. You know, we do this shit on the fly. Come on.
Only on CBS 17, after 10 years of fighting for justice, a 2-year-old's grandmother finally got the verdict she wanted.
The girl's mother, Jeannie Denny, was sentenced to life in prison for beating the toddler to death. CBS 17's Justin Moore spoke with the child's grandmother about the little girl she says never got a chance to grow up.
This is for Macy Grace, her final justice, baby girl. We love you.
10 balloons, 10 years of fighting, and finally a moment of victory for a little girl whose life ended far too soon.
Justice has finally been served for Macy Grace.
Tina Goodwin is Macy Grace Diddy's paternal grandmother. She has been fighting for this day to see a jury convict Macy Grace's mother, Jeannie Diddy, of killing the toddler.
All she ever wanted was love from her mother, and all she got was in that grave over there. There lays my grandbaby. Right there. That's how I have to visit my grandbaby.
Macy Grace died in December of 2015, just days after she was brought to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center with severe injuries, which police said appeared to be abuse.
The only part of her body that didn't have a bruise was this front part of her face.
Her father, a Fort Bragg soldier, was deployed overseas at the time, but her mother, Jeannie Diddy, who was also a Fort Bragg soldier, was arrested in 2016. She went to trial in 2020, resulting in a mistrial.
A lot of the evidence I didn't know existed that could have put her away 10 years ago.
The Cumberland County District Attorney turned the case over to the State Conference of District Attorneys. Diddy was back in court this week for a retrial with new evidence, including revealing text messages.
She said, I beat the out of her.
A Cumberland County Superior Court jury found her guilty in the murder and abuse of Macy Grace. She was sentenced to life in prison.
She didn't love Macy. She didn't want Macy, but she didn't want nobody else to have Macy.
Goodwin believes Diddy wanted to start a new family with her then boyfriend, and Macy Grace was in the way. Goodwin says Diddy didn't want to give Macy Grace away and look like a bad mother.
Today, you go behind prison bars for the rest of your life, and you'll live in hell for the rest of your life.
Goodwin, who was on to Macy Grace as Bama Nanny, said,
Man. So that was the result of that. Damn. Every time we have a proposal like that, do you think is Ashley any closer to executed? Yeah, we got to get everybody. Hang on. Yeah. So you see that? Yeah. Now, there's a very famous trial going on right now. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? About a woman who killed her children, and everyone's like throwing the comment of what she was going through postpartum depression. I'm gonna get this up. You guys see the stories going back and forth between this, seeing what's been going on with all that. What's her name? I think, what was her name? Something Chancey or something like that. Linda Chancey or something like that. And all the going back and forth of what's been happening, what's been going on, blaming medications, blaming PTSD, blaming postpartum. It has divided the internet. It has gotten everybody so. I mean, some takes that I'm like, damn. I'm just curious. What do you guys think? Do you believe that excuse? Do you believe that how do I no, I don't know about Target. What you guys are throwing. How do you justify killing your kids? That's my thing. That how is it justified, or how could you process, or how can you discuss when it comes to guys? And I've said this before. When dudes kill their kids and their dads, they kill their wife and their kids. They think that freaking, what's up, Ranger Dad? What you been doing? You see them You see everybody, of course, you have their online reaction. That dude should be under the prison. That guy should be burned alive. Well, name your. I don't want to get fucking booted off on that. But when it came to her, everyone immediately is now running to the excuse of what she should have been or not done, or what should she have been through. Do you know what her past is? And I've said this before. We've kind of like always said this, that just because you're going through some stuff does not forgive you from any of the actions that you say that you're going through. It's hard for me to say this because a lot of individuals say that, hey, well, this is what you get for being medicated, or hey, there's people that are not medicated. I personally, I don't fucking no excuse. And of course, she's even this woman, while she's going to trial, she's having people standing outside supporting her, doing the freaking little heart thingies and shit like that you see at the Eras tour with Taylor Swift. So everyone's saying that the TikTok phenomenon right now is saying that he did it, even though he was. And this is where everyone talked about the flock cameras and surveillance cameras, or those types of surveillance types of equipment were his alibi that he was not there when she killed the children. And then slit her wrists and supposedly jump off a fucking second story where that ended up paralyzed. Yeah, here we go. She ended up paralyzing herself. So what does it mean to be accountable then, as a guy or a woman, or man or woman, I should say? I don't know why I said guy or a woman. A man or a woman. What's the difference? What's the difference in accountability? Just like I've said before, a few years back, you guys remember that one when there was a guy that was going through some shit, pointed a gun at a cop. The guy got shot by the cop because he was defending himself. And I said, there you go. You lose your, I guess you would say, status or your protection as whatever vet, whatever you want to call it. It's okay to have PTSD. Or I shouldn't say that. It's not okay to have PTSD. No, that's not going to sound right either. People are going to like fucking totally mince my words. If you have PTSD, your actions, that did you do, especially when it comes to like pointing a gun at a cop, because I supposedly had a PTSD episode at the time. I can't remember the story. I was at a gas station, guy came out, was having a moment or something like that, and he pointed a fucking gun at a cop, and the cop was like, dude, I'm a vet too, chill, fucking whatever. And the guy flipped out. What was the cop to do? Doesn't excuse you for your actions. So I know everyone's like, oh, wait a minute. Oh. Yeah, yeah. She's trying to use the old hysterical argument, taking women's right back to about 150. Let's see. Let me read the comments in here. You guys are savage at the comments. If you support her, I support Chris Benoit. You know who he is, right? He's the WWE wrestler that killed his kids, his family. Somebody says another comment in here. She needs her organs removed. Holly says you don't. You communicate you are a post-P and take a couple-week grippy sock vacation. Ranger says she's trying to use the old hysterical argument, taking women's rights back 150 years. Wayne says there isn't any excuse besides total negligence. Dude overseas probably losing his cookies, right? Exactly. Oh, you're talking about the other story. You're talking about the Diddy one. Holly says there was a chick on TikTok waterboarding a baby in support. Yes! See, that's what I'm talking about. Wayne says it's called being a grown adult and a responsible parent. Dude, everyone, don't get me started on the TikToks. We at U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments have received a lot of TikToks, and eye-opening, saying that the husband did it. He would be on trial if he did, but everyone's like saying, no, it's a husband. I mean, crying. Holding their kids while they're crying. I feel you, whatever her name is. People, I don't like the fact that, individuals like that, their name should be spoken. So, but yeah, Lindsay Chansey, that's her name. And everyone's like taking her side. I know what you're feeling, Lindsay. And fucking demonic eyes. Holding their kids. I know what you feel, Lindsay. I know exactly what you're talking about. The fuck you, yeah, I mean, there's even rumors that boyfriends that have fiancés that are supporting Lindsay have called off weddings because they're taking her side. Is it an opinion? Or does it make you reflect on? I've seen people said far worse things on Twitter because you can't say it on Facebook. I've said some pretty good what they would do in their situations if they were the father. Unreal. Trying to blame it on the husband. Remember, guys, I told you guys that TikTok is the infection that our adversaries use. Everyone's like, oh, no, TikTok's now. No, it's not Chinese owned. You get the fuck out of here. No way. I don't believe that shit. Wayne, or you shouldn't even try to have a fuck trophy, dumbass, is it? Another one here. If she was, I know who you are. If she was that mentally ill, why did she think Shrink's therapist intervened to remove her from the family home? Mother was cognizant, she was sick, and she still had to be constant while killing her kids. Exactly. Wayne says, Octomom is like, bitch, please. Oh, yeah, Octomom. I forgot about that. Or her, I should say, not that story. But I'm just like, eyes agape. Let us find. I'm going to say this right now. Let us find somebody in uniform doing it. We'll post that shit like a motherfucker. I want to see that shit in uniform. If we see a TikTok, if you hold your toddler and you're in the military and you say, I feel you, Lindsay, it's going to get posted. So, Josiah. Everyone. Oh, man. It's like I said, it's weird. It's almost like fanatical. Blaming it on everybody else. I'm like, exactly that. Accountability. Personal accountability. Nah, you knew what you were. Exactly. She knew what she was fucking doing. Yeah, I'm starting to go on that. But like I said before, that caused a lot of controversy when I talked about that. I can't remember what it was. It was a big story back in the day, talking about PTSD and veterans and stuff like that. And people got on my shit because I said that. Once you point a gun at a cop, your status is gone. Because that, even the police officer, dude, I'm a vet too. What are you doing? Nah, don't do this. Don't do this. Cop had no choice. I said, yeah, there you go. Had no choice. Next. I got a lot of shit for that. I know a lot of individuals who have PTSD. No shit, like I know who have PTSD. And they are out. They understand personal responsibility. They understand, the ramifications of their actions. If they know that it's my responsibility to get help, it's my responsibility. Now, of course, we can go on the opioid stuff and all that. Everyone says, oh, it's just like veterans. What? No, I mean, really? But there are individuals who are literally fucking supporting her, like on TikTok, and with the whole. Could you imagine being a baby? Well, I'm sorry. Could you imagine being a baby? Yeah. Could you imagine years from now, somebody's posted on the web somewhere, and you're a kid, teenager, whatever. I'd say teenager because I'm glad that some ages you're not allowed to have social media. But let's just say the legal age. Let's say you're 16. Let's say you're going to high school, right? You're just like going through TikTok, if it still exists and all that stuff. And, you go through TikTok and all that. And then you see your mom holding you, saying, I understand, Lindsay. I don't know. I'm telling you, man. I don't want to bring that fucking tinfoil up about TikTok. We've said it time and time again. It's activating some shit. It's like Manchurian Candidate stuff. Watch all the movies or read the books. Manchurian Candidate. You understand what I mean? Execute Order 66. How about that? For all you those that know me that I'm pop culture and Star Wars. Yeah. It was aliens. Hey, man. I'm not that old. Appreciate the shout out. She's obviously the worst part. Yeah. It's almost, yeah. It's almost as bad as finding out your mom had OnlyFans. Yes, I'm serious. If I see somebody in uniform doing that, I understand what you're doing, fucking Lindsay, it's going to get blasted. I can tell you that right now. So all you TikTok, Instas, Facebookins, and all that stuff, it's already getting tiresome seeing just everybody in uniform now. But something like that, oh hell yeah! That we'll post that shit, and then we'll post the story of what happened and all that stuff. replying to Holly, it was sickening. She was laughing and smiling ear to ear while the baby was screaming and screaming. So, yep. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm gonna get a lot of. Matter of fact, there. Remember, I was telling you about the. Let me show you the. Let me show you the people that were there supporting. Hang on, there was one in here that the supporters were doing that. They were like doing a salute. It was almost like all slow and shit. Cheeseburger. Oh, they were raised. It was like a salute. Almost like a weird ass. I don't know. It was I don't know. It was like post-apocalyptic. It was kind of like weird shit. They literally are freaking just like celebrating this stuff. They were like, oh, we understand. Yes, we understand where you're coming from. We understand. Women are like I said, this. Okay, look, there's women that were crying, upset, throwing ice in a bathtub and all that stuff, whatever. But then when you started seeing the women, like the waterboarding one, like Hollywood, like Hollywood. Sorry, I was thinking about Dolly Parton. She's hopefully she's doing well. I don't know if you guys heard she's having some little bit of health issues. So Holly, like Holly mentioned, I'm just saying that I'm shocked that people would post that shit on the internet. Now everyone says you got kids, you understand. Have you ever done that? I'm gonna tell you what. There's songs written about kids getting left and stuff like that, old country music songs and stuff like that. Parents, growing up. I don't know if you grew up in my generation, you can get the switch. I'm gonna leave you out in the field. Blah 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 blah. It's kind of like to make you behave, but my parents never did that. I never got left in a field, even though that was like a euphemism to get me to behave. Knock that shit off and leave you in the field. I'm gonna be in the field. Fuck no. I don't want. Oh, okay, yes sir. You didn't really want to fucking do that. That never really happened. In today's world, Lorena Bobbitt would be the goddess of the... Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, if Lorena Bobbitt... Yeah. I'm just shocked. I'm just really shocked at the young women that say, I understand. Look, dude, I understand it's okay to get frustrated with kids. Every parent who has been... I'm going to tell you right now, I can tell you right now, there is no parent alive that have not gotten frustrated with kids, potty training, stuff like that and all that. Telling them to, whatever. Trying to make them mind. Growing up, we had the chancla, la manguera, the switch, because I'm half white. So, go out to the barn, go outside and go buy them shrubs, get you a switch. Oh, shit. That means I was in trouble. So, yeah. I'm just shocked. I'm trying to find the big they're all saluting and stuff. This is fucking nuts. I'm just shocked that it has gotten to the point to where now it's okay. People are excusing that it's okay for this to happen. And it's not yeah, exactly that. I saw that too. The GoFundMe. It's like a GoFundMe almost, I think it was almost $1 million or close to $1 million. These are the kids, by the way. These are the kids. And that's that. Your TikTok, I hope your TikTok video is worth it. Because like I said, if we see anybody in uniform doing this thing for Lindsay, whatever you want to fucking call it, it's going to get posted. It's going to get posted. You don't understand. We get all the, oh, you don't understand. Nah. Yeah, exactly that. It's definitely trending. I mean, hang on. Let me see the one that tripped me out was the fucking was the salute shit. Now that just blew me away. You're seeing individuals that were saluting that were like I said, they were holding up the heart. And the only time I see them going up like that for a salute were all them Swifties. The Swifties don't come after me. It just looks like it was like, don't do it. But yeah. Matter of fact, let me pull this out. I'm trying to find the picture here. Yeah, here we go. This is almost like a funeral. It's almost like a military procession, right? Procession. You know, when a funeral comes by and everybody salutes, right? Well, this is what happens when she drove by the supporters. They all did this shit. What the? Dudes, we just can't do anything right, guys. Sorry. Everything's our fault now. It is. It's our fault. Those lead paint chips go good with that liquid mercury sauce. What? I'm sorry, Wayne. What was that? Oh my God. Yeah. I am just shocked that this has got, I mean, matter of fact, let me see if that video of the baby, the waterboarding baby. I know what one you're talking about, Holly. Waterboards the infant, and she was like, was that the one where the baby was sitting on the woman's lap, and she's like a nurse or some shit like that, or which, by the way, this Lindsay chick was a nurse too. Let me see. Matter of fact, I'm curious now. Baby. You gotta be careful what you type in X, because X doesn't give a fuck. It's like the internet. You gotta be careful what you type in, what type of words you want to use. Like one time we almost got busted for posting something we shouldn't have posted, even though Facebook didn't catch it. They'll probably catch it in like, I don't know, a year or so and then ban the page. Let's see. Yeah, this is it right here. Jesus fucking Christ. Yes. This is. Now this was from I'm sorry, I had to go to I had to switch to Latino text. I had to go, and this is from a La Derecha. Let me show you this video here. And you'd be like, I think this is the one you're talking about, Holly. I'm not gonna play the music. There you go. I'm just gonna show you what this woman is doing, and this is all over. This is all over Latino, Latino Twitter, Latino Facebook, Latino Twitter. I mean, we have our, of course, just different sects and stuff like that. Everybody doesn't know there's Black Twitter, or Latino Twitter, or Mexican Twitter. But anyways, this is the video that Holly was talking about. I think. Let me know if this is it, Holly. And there she is. Fucking real. This is probably gonna get us banned on Facebook, but anyways, yeah. Is that the one you were talking about, Holly? That was the one. Okay. Oh yeah. Hang on. The social defense is basically saying she's a victim and being persecuted by men, and the reason why she was just yes. Latino X, not Latinx. That's right, Wayne. I see what you're getting at. No such thing as Latinx. There is Latino X, or Latino Twitter, because now it's no longer Twitter, it's X. I saw what you're trying to do. It's not Latinx. That's one of many. Okay, good. That was one of them. That's what I thought. That's the one I saw, and I was like, what the? Yeah. It's one thing. Let me just tell you what. Just don't, please don't let us come across one of somebody in uniform doing it. Please don't, because it's going to get posted. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it will get posted. If any of these support Lindsay shits in uniforms happening, it'll get posted to U.S. Army. It'll get posted to all of them. Everybody. I'll direct it. It gets posted now. So, I digress. Now with that, I think that's oh wait, here we got another one here. Yep, that was one of them. Yep. Okay, cool. Appreciate it, Holly. Thank you for sending. But yeah. All right. So last thing I want to talk about. And I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. I'm gonna get a little somber note. So guys, forgive me. Guys and gals, forgive me. There's a guy that worked over in the Army side, the high side, the Pentagon side, at headquarters DA. And this guy we knew through U.S. Army W.T.F moments, through our own my personal conversations with him. Sergeant First Class retired Edwin Pierce. He just retired, like legit just retired. Well, he had passed away. I just want to say to his family and to our comms colleagues, we express our condolences to his family and his teammates. He and I, I'll just give you guys a couple instances. For the Army 250th, he was the one that was behind the scenes getting everybody to post stuff about the Army 250th, to include us getting stuff posted and all that. In the back, again, behind the scenes, phone calls, he'd vent, I'd vent, we'd talk about stuff, laugh. There'd be a meme, some of his content that has been posted on U.S. Army W.T.F moments. So, I mean, he's living, he's going to live forever on our timeline as long as it stays alive, obviously. As long as it stays up, I should say. But he passed away. He just retired. Like, he literally just retired. And again, it's so sad because you don't know when your day is your day. And for this, to me, I still have his emails on my phone. I still have the last call. We literally just talked and shot the shit about some stuff about, Army shit. Or like I said, the last conversation I had with him, we were laughing about some memes and stuff like that. And so it really hurts when you don't think that it could happen to anybody in your circle, that they could be gone quick. So I just want to say to the Public Affairs Regiment, Eddie's family, our condolences from U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. He has been instrumental in keeping the dialogue open between Army Public Affairs and our organization. And I just want to say, dude, man, you're going to be missed. And, again, God bless your family. And, like I said, we really extend our prayers to you, to your teammates. And again, it's sad to see you go, bro. It sucks. Like I said, he is a great dude. A lot of influencers that have also, they've talked to him. They've also, like I said, he's always behind the scenes, and he loved telling the Army story. He loved talking about the soldiers. He loved pushing the Army message. I could not think of I could probably count on my hand, and Ed being one of them, Sergeant First Class retired, Edwin Pierce. I could count on my hand of individuals in the Army that works the comms fields that have, especially in the public affairs. Now, you guys know I'm a former PSYOP guy, so he used to break balls about me about that, but we used to talk about our little friction that we would have between PSYOP and public affairs. Great guy, to shoot the shit with. And it just hurts us because now we feel that we have, it's almost like you don't know who it's almost like it was as soon as I got the news, I was like, no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I literally just fucking talked to him. And like I said, we were joking about memes and shit. So again, bro, sorry to see you go. And like I said, you take it easy, man.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, I think it's WTF Army or something.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATF zero dark 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Rocket marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. men in duty, we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand alive. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Souls and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand alive. Warriors forged in the battle line. It's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our sin. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Я батько. Я молодший брат.
Я водій маршрутки.
Я скоро одружуся. Я фанат шахтера.
Начальник отдела продаж.
Я прораб.
Я программист.
Я свидетель на свадьбе.
Дядя Юра, таксист. Я вчитель фізкультури.
Я студент-геолог.
У мене своя фірма.
Я кращий друг зі школи. Я сусід, який завжди стукає по батареї.
Я єдиний син.